Welcome to this short video on exam day preparation for GP doctors in training, brought to you by the Learning Support Centre in partnership with Health Education England in the East Midlands. In this video, we are going to be looking at making your exam booking, developing your exam technique, and planning for the exam day. The AKT is held on the last Wednesday of January, April and October and must be booked within the specific booking window, approximately 2 months ahead of the exam date. You also need to book the test centre where you will take the exam. Please check the RCGP website for specific details and to make your booking. There are 2 sittings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. If you are entitled to extra time or other reasonable adjustments in the exam, then you must book the afternoon sitting. You need to submit a completed reasonable adjustments form called the RA1 within 2 days of the booking opening. You must also submit supporting evidence of the reason for your exam adjustment. If you believe that you may be entitled to exam adjustments that have not yet been assessed, please contact your professional support and wellbeing team. Now we are going to look at exam technique. We recommend that you keep a note of reminders of effective techniques so that you can review them as you practice exam questions and just before the exam. It's important to develop your technique and stamina for the exam by working through practice questions. The recommended approach to answer single best answer questions is called the cover test. This includes covering or not looking at the 5 options provided. Instead, first read the topic or the theme of the question at the top, then look at what you're being asked to do, i.e. the actual question at the end of the scenario presented. Then read the scenario bearing in mind the question. Decide on the answer you would give. Once you have decided, then look at the 5 options and choose the one that best matches your answer. This approach avoids you being distracted by the incorrect answers. Here is an example of a practice question taken from the RCGP website. We can see that the topic of the question is tiredness. And here the question is highlighted in yellow. Which is the single most likely diagnosis? Select one option only. A reminder that it is important not to look at the 5 answer options at this stage. Read the scenario and decide on your answer to the question. So that you can check, this slide shows the correct answer. It's really important that you attempt every question in the AKT. Remember that there is no negative marking. Keep an eye on the clock and maintain momentum. Plan specific intervals when you will check that you are keeping to time. It is off-putting to come across questions that you can't answer, but it's helpful if you are prepared for this to happen. If you don't know the answer to a question, use a process of elimination to discard the answers that are not suitable. It can be helpful to use the laminated sheet provided at the exam centre to note down the letters A to E and to cross off the answers that you have ruled out. You do have the option to flag questions that you want to return to, but use this feature very sparingly. In cases where you feel another look at the question would be beneficial, or for example to check calculations. A word of caution is to be very wary of self-doubt and of changing an answer that you had right in the first place. Remember that the AKT is testing for appropriate and cost-effective management. Every examiner's report contains a reminder about this point, and that sometimes the correct answer is not to investigate, prescribe or refer. You can help to prepare yourself for the exam day by accessing the practice tutorial of the exam software that is available on the RCGP website. Some final tips as the exam day approaches are to check the RCGP website for any updates, check the exam centre location and plan your journey, sort out arrangements for any caring responsibilities and have a backup. Think about whether it be worth staying in a hotel the night before. Prepare your ID and sort out nutrition for the exam day. Check your reminders of your exam strategies and importantly, decide when to stop revising. By this stage, the hard work is done and you want to be in good shape on the day. Take some gentle exercise and try and get a good night's sleep. Thank you for watching this video on exam day preparation, brought to you by the Learning Support Centre in partnership with Health Education England in the East Midlands. Support for GP doctors in training is available for the AKT examination. If you have been unsuccessful in the AKT twice, our study and exam support will encourage you to reflect on how you approach the exam in order to maximise your chances of success. You can make a self-referral to the Professional Support and Wellbeing team or through your educator. Full details are on our webpage www.eastmidlandsdeanery.nhs.uk/trainee/PSW.